Oh, yeah, we're live right now, isn't it?
The following show features stupid opinions and ideas from two idiot brothers who probably did little research and practiced zero due diligence on the topic at hand. The MLO Bros opinions do not reflect the views of their employer, guests, sponsors, families, neighbors, or pets. If you do not like what they are saying and don't agree with their views or opinions, don't watch the show. We can promise we do not care. Welcome to the worst show on the internet.
So I'm trying to do
The MLO
No,
Bros.
I got it.
Sponsor of the month.
The MLO Bros, sponsor of the month. From Baltic to Boardwalk, Troy Polis has you covered. That's right. Whether you're buying, selling, Troy has all of your real estate needs. Call him today at 330-423-5442. That number again, 330-423-5442. Troy Polis.
Do you think Troy was like, hey, I'm going to do like Monopoly theme?
Yeah. Well, it's because he's from Baltic to Boardwalk. Take the picture.
He's
off.
from Baltic? He lives on Baltic?
I don't know where he gets that from, but that was my
Call Troy.
announcement voice.
Call Troy for your real estate
He's our sponsor of the month.
month.
Thanks for joining us, Christina.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Are you nervous?
No, just the vertigo.
Yeah, she says he has vertigo, so if she like passes out, and we go
We were
down.
talking about it
Yeah.
before. If we're just going to keep rolling, if that's cool with you.
Yeah.
like Isaac's extremist.
Yeah, if I land on the floor, you know why.
We'll take care of you and figure something out
All right.
if it happens.
So tell us where you're from, and we are talking about vegan. Isaac and I, for the record, are not vegan.
No,
right.
I don't think I could survive.
I am. Yeah.
Okay, and that's what I want to talk. And you hear about it. I know there's a bunch of myths about it. I thought it'd
Yeah.
be cool to have somebody on and we say, hey, let's break this down, and you know what I mean, and go
Yeah.
from there. So where are you from?
So,
Give us your story.
Yeah, tell us where'd you go to high school?
So I went to Boardman High School.
Okay, cool.
But I live in Poland now.
Okay,
In the village,
awesome.
and I created a nonprofit called Going Vegan.
Okay.
It started in March of 2020. So that's when
Right
we
when
went
COVID
live,
hit.
right
Yeah,
when
right.
COVID hit. Yeah. So it was interesting. I kind of had to just change what I was doing. First and foremost, what I'd like to do is just help people
Yeah.
to get going vegan. Anyone who wants to learn more about it, our mission is to educate others about the benefits of living a vegan lifestyle. And that's just simply it. So it's not about being perfect,
Right.
or every meal has to be the perfect vegan meal or anything like that. It's really
Right.
just about education and support. So when I first started it, what I really wanted to do was be there to support people and have like one-on-one experiences
Yeah.
and one-on-one
Yeah.
conversations. And then COVID hit, and then I just kind of had to switch gears. So it just kind of built an online presence.
Yeah.
A little online presence so far.
No, it takes a lot of time.
It
It
does.
takes time. Yeah, it definitely
gotta
does.
be
Trust us.
involved.
And we made some great partnerships in the Valley. So I am proud of, some of the partnerships that we've made over time. So that's been great. I don't think that we would have gone in that direction,
Yeah.
had COVID not, hit. So really just that's what we're here to do, is just support others.
Well, let's start so people get to know you a little bit better. When did you start to see, I guess, vegetarian, vegan as an option? Like, did you ever eat meat?
So I can age myself. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's okay.
But-
You don't have to. You don't have to.
She's gonna be
Doesn't
like, she's
matter.
like 1945.
No, a very short
I'm
time
turning
ago.
60 now. No, so I graduated from Boardman High School in 1994,
Okay.
and
She's only like 2 years older than me. So yeah, you're good.
So-
Yeah,
That's the year I was born, guys. But it's okay.
nice try.
Nice, yeah.
Okay. So and then I went to college, a couple places, moved around, and when I lived in Columbus is where I first kind of went vegetarian.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I haven't eaten red meat. Gosh, I don't even know. At least 25 years.
Oh,
30 years, something
wow.
like that.
Cow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So and then
Wow.
I was vegetarian for many years, and then my youngest son had a dairy allergy. So I was like, well,
boy.
okay, let's just go vegan.
Mhm.
Well, it was easier said than done about a dozen years ago.
Yeah,
Um,
I bet.
you want to talk about a grocery store trip? You had to read every label. They
Yeah.
didn't even have like allergen information
Yeah.
on labels and things like that. Where
Wow.
now you can look and it will say milk, it'll say eggs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing, right?
There was nothing.
So you're like
that.
all natural, like you have to be, right? Because
Yeah,
you don't know what's in
well,
there.
Right, you had to at the time.
Okay.
So yeah, that then things just got easier and easier and easier
Right.
and more mainstream. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've been vegan now for about a dozen years. Yeah.
Look at
Oh, Joe,
this is what you're. This is what you're gonna get.
This is
Yeah.
the MLO bros through and through right here. Holy cow! No pun intended.
This is what you're gonna get.
So, Luke, do you know the rule of if you're eating healthy in a grocery store? What's the rule?
Outside house.
Yep, you're
Good
like
job.
staying. You're staying
Outside
on the
house.
outside
You
ring.
stay on the
You don't
outside
go on
house.
the inside.
Yeah.
So you're pretty safe because you just go veggies.
Well, yeah. Think about it
Yeah.
outside out.
Yeah.
You have your veggies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
She
have your
probably
meat.
doesn't even mess.
Well,
with the
she doesn't
dairy
get
aisle.
meat.
She
Yeah, I guess
doesn't-
the meat wouldn't
or the
count.
meat
Yeah.
counter
Yeah, the
stays away
meat
from
counter.
there.
Right.
She's like,
But yeah, you can go with the frozen vegetables and all the stuff will be on the outside.
"Hi, Michelle."
Yeah.
Michelle says her daughter's a vegan. There you go.
Oh,
There's a Facebook group for her called Going Vegan.
yeah.
There you go.
So that's the rule. But
Okay, so 25 years ago, what made you switch? I mean, that's
Yeah.
why were you like? Was it just one day you woke up and you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna eat meat anymore. Like, what was it?
I think at first it was more of like a culture switch. The people I was hanging out with, and if you probably could have called me a hippie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
She still
Maybe
has
on
it.
tour with
She
the
still has a
Grateful
nose
Dead.
ring right
I don't
now.
know.
I can see it.
Oh
Maybe
my
that-
goodness. So my wife has a nose ring. She's not.
She's a
vegan.
hippie too.
She's a closet hippie.
She's a hippie. She's a closet. She's gluten free, so it's a slippery slope.
Well, I am too. So, I'm
so
vegan and gluten free.
yeah, exactly. Okay, she's gluten free
It's a-
and vegan.
Shelby's gluten free. Like I said, slippery slope. She'll
Yeah,
be
right,
vegan
right.
before
So
the end of
okay,
the
so
year.
we'll call I mean, and there was a time like so she's 94. She graduated. So there was that time there coming through where there was a lot of people that were
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
doing that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the timing, you know,
Uh-huh.
100%. So okay, sorry, continue.
Yeah. So yeah, it was more just kind of what I was doing at the time.
Did you start as a vegetarian and then
Yeah.
go vegan and went
Yep.
full vegan?
And then
Okay.
went full vegan. So
Wow, so 20 so she's like an expert then. Okay.
So for those that don't know,
uh-huh.
difference between a vegetarian and vegan.
Tell us what a vegan is.
Yeah.
So you don't eat any animal products. So there's no cheese,
No
eggs. Yeah. Nothing like that. No butter, Well, first of all, let me just say,
No cheese,
to,
no butter,
to
no
say
meat.
that right now actually would be incorrect. So let me correct myself
Okay.
for all the fellow vegans if you're
Yeah.
out there listening, because we have cheese and we have butter and we have
Yeah.
all kinds of things now. It's amazing.
But it's not animal products.
but it's not animal products.
Right,
So it's not
okay.
made from
Wow.
any animal.
Faking.
Yeah.
Bacon. Is it bacon? Is bacon something?
Faking.
So I don't eat that, but
Do
yeah.
you- yeah, I was gonna say 'cause- so like what would you eat? So you eliminate all meat products,
Yeah.
anything with meat in it.
Yeah.
Milk,
Yeah.
that's a lot of
But
stuff.
the
So
thing is, there's
I-
good substitutes now.
Yeah.
It's getting way better. Way
Yeah,
better.
I mean, back
okay.
in the day, you might have a powder that you mix with water, and you're like, no, I'm not going to consume that. No, that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Right.
Now there's oat milk, almond milk, soy milk,
Love
hemp
almond
milk.
milk.
I mean, there's like
Yeah.
sweetened, unsweetened,
Almond
vanilla,
milk.
chocolate,
correct.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
all kinds.
But you
of
got to
stuff.
think about the wave of almond milk has only been here probably for the past 5 years.
Oh, I love almond milk.
Five to
I drink almond milk
5
in my
to 10
coffee
years.
every morning.
So think about her in
yeah.
the early 2000s in Columbus trying to
Yeah.
it would be so much harder.
Yeah, that'd be
Right.
impossible.
Yeah.
Almond milk. I was at somebody's house and they didn't have regular milk, and I got coffee. This is a true story. This is like
Yeah.
10 years ago, or
Yeah.
right. And I was like, "There's almond milk." I'm like, "Oh God, that's all right, fine." Put it in my coffee.
Yeah.
I never went back to regular milk or creamer or anything because
Yeah.
it's so freaking, and it's the
Mhm.
30-calorie one too.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way to being a
the
vegan.
the caloric density of it as a substitute is why I like it,
Yeah.
because I can put it in like my protein
It's
shakes
nothing.
and it's like nothing.
Yeah.
But it's still you can still taste like
Mhm.
like a milky taste.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ooh, here, we're gonna get. Joe's going right into this.
Okay, quick question:
It's yeah. This is
Is vegan about health or about not killing animals or both?
or is it a personal thing?
So it can first of all, it could be whatever you want it to be.
Mhm.
Right.
But I mean, to me, I would say it's about both. But
Mhm.
there's many people who go vegan for the animals,
Right.
for a conscious choice, a moral choice, and there's people who do it for diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And both.
Yeah, and both.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
We'll talk like my not even counter arguments, but like my points I would like to make. We can talk about that later. But I think that'll be good discussion. Wait, there is a plant-based bacon. Yeah,
Yeah, there
bacon.
is. Yeah.
Well,
It's on the burgers at Magic Tree. They have a,
Yeah.
they have a
Yes,
vegan
that's
burger.
oh, we
made
had
out of
that.
tempeh.
You
Yeah,
weren't there.
it was
Yeah,
good.
we had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magic Tree. It was
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
Speaking of Magic Tree,
go ahead. Tell me about important announcement if you're watching this and you're vegan. Go ahead.
yes, they are going to give 10% off all their vegan options up until Friday the 13th. So May 13th, it'll be just mention this podcast,
Yeah.
MLO Brothers, or Going Vegan, or I love vegan, anything,
Yeah.
something like that. And you'll get 10% off all your vegan options.
The
So,
vegan burger there
Yes,
is
so good.
off the charts good.
and they have everything. They have vegan bacon, vegan cheese,
Yeah.
vegan mayo. They've got it all.
Rudy-
and they have gluten-free buns.
Yeah.
We did a lunch special there where we were trying all their food, and Rudy insisted that we try the vegan burger. He's like, you can't tell the difference. And honestly, like the juiciness of the burger,
Yeah,
that's
it
what
was-
blows my
yeah, it
mind.
was
Like I
crazy.
don't get that at
Mhm.
all. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's so good. And thank you, Magic Tree, for doing that. Like
Yeah.
we didn't even
Mhm.
talk to Magic Tree.
No.
We didn't even know this was gonna happen.
Did
They
you
were like,
tell him
I
you were
did,
coming
yeah.
on here?
Yeah.
that's so cool though, because we love them over there. We do a lot of
Throw
events with
stuff
them.
over there all the time,
But
yeah.
they just say, yeah, okay, we'll give a discount. Like say you're
Yeah.
with the MLO Bros. That's amazing. Like thank you so much. I need to text Rudy.
We'll text Rudy or Sarah. Yeah,
Yeah,
our buddies
that's,
over
that's so cool.
Yeah,
That's
we go there at
ridiculous.
least once a week.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you get worried when we're talking about faking and we're talking about like I've gone through some of those cooler sections where the like some of that vegan food hangs out.
Yeah.
That's going to be like super processed, right?
So it is, depending upon what you get.
Okay.
I mean, even like tempeh or something like that,
Yeah.
it, is processed to a certain point. So there's a couple of different ways that you can describe it. If you are very health conscious, let's
Mhm.
say, and you want to go for health reasons, what I would recommend is that you would want to eat a whole food, plant-based diet. So that's what you would want to do. You would
Makes sense,
stick,
right.
yeah, you want to eat as minimally processed as possible.
That
So-
makes that makes
Yeah.
sense to me because boy, you get in there and you see all these
Yeah.
things, you don't know what they're the freezer section and
Yeah.
the dry, you don't
Right.
know what they're loading into that
Exactly.
stuff.
So
Right.
what?
I mean, it's
so,
like any
so an
diet.
example of that, so people know, like salads. Oh man, that would be tough.
Tofu?
Salads,
Tofu.
tofu. So the problem, my problem would be like where you beans. You'd have to get your protein from something. That's the only thing I'm worried about is
Right.
protein.
So you have beans, rice,
Yeah.
quinoa.
yeah,
I love
um,
quinoa.
You have edamame. You
Ooh,
have
oh,
I mean, and what you can do with those things. So you can create stir fry. So
Yeah.
you throw any kind of vegetables in there, broccoli, peppers,
yeah,
mushrooms, onions, anything that you like that.
yeah.
You can make stir fry out of that. You can make, I mean, there's pasta. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it is processed to a certain degree, but let's just say minimally processed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays, what's awesome is that there's even organic products out there that are very minimally processed.
Yeah.
So you'll
Yeah.
find that there's actually crackers that are just almonds and a little bit of sea salt.
Hmm.
And, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
Yeah. No.
we're just, and that's the great thing too, is with going vegan, we're just here to offer some support. We're not looking for perfection.
Yeah.
Even if you're looking to just change one meal, just one meal a week, or, maybe
Yeah.
you try the meatless Monday idea, something like that. We're just here to offer support. So
Yeah.
no judgment. This is like
Yeah.
a no
So,
judgment.
so- and you're not like one of the people I could tell already. I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
that because like I've run into some people who are vegan and they are like over the top. Like
Right.
Pushing,
Yeah.
pushing them on.
like I'm
your
sitting
side.
there
How
eating
could
it-
you eat a piece of bacon?
how could you eat that burger right there? How could you eat that steak? That steak had feelings. And I'll just be like look right, but people are like that with everything.
Yeah,
It doesn't
depends.
really matter.
Yeah, it
Yes.
doesn't matter.
So obviously, like I talked to her because I was afraid. I was messaging her and I'm like, I gotta feel her out because if she's gonna come in here and she's gonna be like, so do you
were you
guys-"
ever like that?
No,
No.
no.
You can tell she wasn't like
No,
that.
she's
But,
not.
but like I was afraid like she was gonna come in here and be like, which one of you two jerks hunting fish? And I'm gonna be like, hi.
No, that's your choice.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
And you have to lay your head on your pillow at night.
Yep.
Knowing that you
have to
murdered
look at
a
yourself
beautiful
in the
little
mirror.
deer.
No, just
I have to lay myself on my pillow as my dear head just looks at me from across the room.
Well, as someone who exercises and lifts weights and tries to consume a certain amount of protein per day.
You're worried about protein, huh?
Yeah. So like I try and consume, I weigh over 200 pounds. I'm like 220 pounds right now, but I'm trying to consume over 200 grams of protein.
That's a lot.
Doing that without processed of some kind vegan option is very hard. I know they have like
you don't need that much.
I know, but
and you can actually do damage to your kidneys if you are eating that much.
I'm eating that much. I drink a lot of water, but still.
You do a lot of protein shakes.
Protein shakes.
You do 2 a day?
I do 2 scoops of protein a day, but they do have
I'm
like
sure they have
vegan.
vegan.
Yeah, they do.
I'm
and
sure.
I was taking, so for the longest time, I was like allergic to milk, and it would make me break out so bad. And especially like protein powders are fat from milk protein that are like extremely concentrated, and it would like break me out so bad, and my stomach would my stomach still gets messed up, but I just power through it because it's the best for me, the best form of protein, but whey protein. But
no way.
No way. Exactly.
holy cow.
Oh, yeah. But the vegan protein is actually very good. They have some, I was taking the kind of Target. It was like 30 grams of protein per scoop.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. But
how many grams of protein do you think you need a day?
So you need
this is a huge argument.
10 to 15% of your calories should come from protein.
Oh, you are so over that. You're at 200 grams.
It's really carbohydrates that are going to fuel your workouts. So I'm in
wow. See, this is like totally opposite. Because he has the meathead football player aspect, like lifting plan, and you have this is good.
So I'm into
I'm gonna come over here and watch.
I eat very little carbohydrates.
Well, I'm into endurance cycling.
Okay.
And so what gets me through the event
Absolutely.
that I do is carbohydrates in my drinks usually,
Mhm.
or I'll have fruit,
Yeah,
or something like that, or maybe a granola bar or anything like that.
How long are you cycling?
Well, how long can I be on the bike? It depends how many miles I'm
Or
doing.
how many miles? Sorry, yeah.
Anywhere maybe 30 to 40
That's a lot.
miles.
But I would up my carb intake if I was doing that much of it. Like if I was running.
So why do you eat all that protein?
Build muscle. To try and build more muscle.
How's it working for you?
It's doing good.
He's getting bigger. He's getting bigger.
It's doing
for the record.
he's
getting bigger.
So a human body can only put on, like, without gear or without steroids.
Yeah.
You're like the first year you start lifting, you're only gonna max. Like the average person is only gonna put on like 6 to 10 pounds of muscle, realistically, without anabolic steroids. But then like over the past 2 years I've been lifting and I am getting bigger, but it's like slow burn. But I mean, obviously some carbohydrates help me get through.
Still have some carbohydrates.
Yeah. Not during the week I eat relatively healthy, low carbs, but
that's not healthy for her for that.
I know.
I'm totally just gonna keep this there.
I'm sorry. I'm misspeaking. That's wrong. It's low calorie but is the thing for me is protein, high protein fills me up, and I don't feel like I have to eat as much food because I can fill the void with it. Fills me up more. That's my argument.
I will say with the vegan diet, if you want to call it a diet, you don't have to constrict your calories at all.
No.
So I literally I eat like all day long.
You can graze more. Yeah. Which is awesome.
Grazing.
Yeah.
But you could still rack up some calories though if you wanted to, couldn't you?
Definitely if you get into the processed foods.
That's right.
And you could do like hummus, which is high fats.
How many calories is this little bad boy?
That I don't know.
we got some
vegan
food here.
Please, yes.
All right. So where are these from?
As I say how healthy I am, about to eat some tacos.
Let's see how many carbs are in that thing.
So there's
so what do we got? Let's show everybody. Let's see what we got. This is so exciting.
So there's
oh wow.
There's Gardine's meatless crumbles there with a little bit of vegan cheese.
That looks like beef.
It's not, I wouldn't say perfected yet in the cheese market. There's some great cheese out there. But I would say there still has some work to do. Just some shredded lettuce.
That tastes like ground beef.
There's salsa and there's also taco sauce in there under there too. So.
Where's this from?
I made them.
You made these? Where'd you get the little container? Look at
people
look at how
Can people
Look at how I thought it was from a
purchase this?
restaurant.
Can people purchase this? No,
We
Is this-
currently don't, but we like to make donations. So one of the first things that we did when I created Going Vegan
It's like professional.
was we provided lunch for the Meals on Wheels workers. So during
Real.
COVID, they were, still bringing all the meals to the homebound seniors. And so we wanted to do something for them. And so, yeah, we made meatball subs for them, and White House Fruit Farms, they donated apples. And
Nice.
yeah, so
How-
that was something that
I
we
can't.
did.
I am so impressed with your display. I thought it was she put little. Oh my gosh, she's so hired for marketing. Look at this. She has this
That's
thing.
awesome.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it
Well, I
looks like
thought
a
if
little
I
restaurant.
brought you food, I can't go wrong, right?
Yeah. Oh, you with us? No, you're good. Okay. All right. So let's try this. I'm super excited. Try not to get this all over my table.
And there's no offending me, believe me. So you can, if it's not your thing, believe me, it's.
Very good.
But so many things are vegan.
like a taco.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
many. The seasoning is vegan. The shells are vegan already.
So
There's
what? So the shells, there'd be no egg,
Yeah.
obviously.
They're just flour.
And what's the meat then?
It's Gardein. It's called. It's
it
in the
beans?
freezer section. It's textured vegetable protein is what they use mostly in a lot of their products.
Ooh, that's delicious.
That's great.
I'm really good.
So that's
If somebody
the first
handed
thing.
me that and said, "Is that?"
You never know.
No, I would
you
never know.
never
Never
know.
I would never know.
Never.
And I mean, I make stuffed shells. I make pot pies. There's tons of options. Gardein, like I said, they're a great brand in the freezer section that you can find chicken tenders, chicken nuggets,
eating that
burgers,
already.
all that kind of stuff.
Family members, are they vegan?
So my kids all had their choice of what to
Mhm.
do. I didn't. Now, if they're eating at home, obviously I'm cooking vegan food.
Listen, you little
Um,
bastard.
yeah.
I'm not making two
This
meals
is what
for
you get.
Yeah, exactly.
I did do that for a while. I don't know. I'm crazy, I guess. but,
no.
my husband's vegan.
Okay.
My oldest is vegan. The middle doing his own thing.
Yeah, you're gonna have some kid, like like me. I have 3 boys, right?
the middle child. That's
Yeah, somebody's gonna rebel at some point, right?
right.
That makes
And
sense.
then our youngest, he's just 12. So he's I would say he's mostly vegan, but yeah.
Knowing me and the relationship of like us with our moms, if mom was vegan and tried to make us go vegan, I'd be like, "Mom, could you cook us breakfast?" She'd be like, "Yeah, honey, what do you want?" I'd be like,
Steak and eggs.
"Sausage, bacon, like make her cook me food."
These are so good.
They're very good.
So-
Good. I'm glad you like them.
I want to just get the meat out. Let me use my finger here just to see.
Yeah, I tried it. It just tastes like ground beef, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
It tastes like yeah. You would never. You would never.
Never
know. If
know.
I gave you that, you would never know.
Never know.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Thank you for bringing this.
Yeah,
Amazing.
thank you so much.
Cinco de Mayo.
I think all right. So the family's not the family. So some of the family is.
Mhm.
What about?
Well,
and,
my
like,
2 oldest boys are grown. and,
Okay.
Yeah. So they're on. My oldest is married.
where do your kids go to? Where's your 12-year-old go to school?
Poland.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
6th grade?
Yeah. mhm.
No, I have a 5th grader.
Yeah.
Going out to eat.
Yeah.
Do you guys always pick something that has a vegan option, or
Yeah.
okay, you have to?
Yeah,
before
I
you
mean,
go?
there's a lot of great restaurants around. And I even wrote some down just so I don't forget. But I
Yeah.
mean, you've got let's see, Inner Circle Poland. They're great for us. They even have gluten-free pizza too, and they have a lot of things that they can make vegan if they're not already vegan. Then of course there's Magic Tree, like I said. There's tons of
I love
restaurants that have the rice
Amy's.
pies. There's Zoops. There's let me see, Aladdin's. I can't
Mhm.
forget them. I mean, they're phenomenal. You can
Mhm.
if they have vegan options, and if they can make anything vegan,
Right.
and then they even have vegan options like desserts and things like that from orange avocado.
Chris Robinson says Ailey's is the
Ailey's?
best.
Yes,
Have
Ailey's
you ever
is
had
the
them,
best.
dude? On
Yes.
Western Reserve.
Where's that at?
Well,
On Western
over
Reserve.
yeah, by the
Across from-
Shell
Yes.
on Western Reserve.
Yes.
Oh, by McDonald's.
Yes.
Okay, right. Oh, in that little plaza.
Yes.
Yeah.
By
I've
the
never been.
bakery.
I've never. We should go
Dude,
do a.
they have on
Mhm.
Fridays. They have oh my god, what is it? Philly cheesesteak day,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and
but it's vegan.
it's vegan Philly
All
cheesesteaks.
vegan.
There's-
Everything's vegan. there.
Everything's vegan across. the
Why
board.
don't?
So
Why haven't
good.
we done our food
Philly
podcast from there?
cheesesteaks, They have pho that's real good. She makes like
Mhm.
she
Ooh,
makes
pho.
like these pho with meatballs, but
Mhm.
they're
Why have we
meatballs,
not
vegan
done a
meatballs.
pod?
BLTs.
So good.
Get our
BLTs
food.
are like their
We
big
do a
deal,
food
too.
pod-
podcast, where we
Yeah.
go and try it local. Right? Why have we not done that one?
Yep.
Ailey's is good, dude.
Really?
It's fantastic.
We gotta go try that one.
It's so good.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
I'll get on the phone
And
with
it's
them.
the cool thing about it too is it's like grab and go.
Mm-hmm.
So they give you like the sandwich all wrapped up, and you just take it with you.
Really?
Mhm.
And then, or you can heat it up and eat it there if you want, like soups, everything. It's all to go.
Yeah.
And if you want to, they have microwaves there. You just warm everything up. But
So it's like grab it and go.
it's like grab
not-
and go.
Oh, it's like
healthy
cooler.
Stop. It's not coolers.
like a market.
They make it that day,
Like
a
you know what I
market
mean?
kinda
It's
thing?
kinda-
And
Yeah.
every day is a different menu item,
Yeah.
main course item. But they have some stuff that they
Do they get a lot of people there?
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
dude,
Mhm.
they get
Sometimes
like,
they sell out. Like
Really?
you'll go there in the afternoon, and then
Ellie's.
they won't have anything. left.
Ailey's.
Ailey's. We gotta
Ailey's.
go. I've never heard of
So
I've never
good.
heard of that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Ailey is the chef
I'm
behind.
Too bit.
Now,
I'm too busy getting
I
my
think they
egg.
did switch ownership recently.
Oh, did they really?
Shh, don't tell
I
me.
didn't know.
Yeah. I'm
I
too.
haven't tried it since
I'm
the
too.
new
I'm too
ownership.
busy. I'm too busy driving by getting my egg and cheese sandwich from
You
Dunkin' Donuts.
see the,
Or
you see the
McDonald's.
golden
Yeah,
arches.
it's
You see
like,
the golden
oh,
arches, and you're
What's
like,
that place?
Yeah.
It must be a clothing store.
Yeah.
As I like drive by. Oh, that's funny. Are we gonna try these?
yeah, let's try that.
Okay. So what's
So
this?
These are spice cake with vanilla frosting
So-
and
and you made
chocolate
this?
chips. Yeah.
So what would you put in it?
So, well, you go ahead and try it first, and then
She's gonna be like, "All right, try it first."
Okay, so first thing I'm noticing, it is soft.
yeah.
It is soft. There isn't. It's not like a cardboard box made into a cupcake.
like
Right.
bounce it.
Uh-huh. Very springy.
Oh, very.
I'm
very
betting.
springy.
I'm betting what you use to make it springy. There's probably some pumpkin puree in here.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Isaac.
You are-
Purees and
yeah.
Isaac.
purees and
Are
applesauce.
you on Pinterest?
You knew? How do you
I-
know that?
I make gluten-free dishes for my wife all the time.
Oh, not good.
Mhm. So it's just Duncan Hines with pumpkin in it, and then the
Mhm.
frosting's
And
already
there's
vegan.
no Duncan Hines.
There's no. It's
There's
vegan
no-
already. Yeah.
really?
Mhm.
All right, frosting. How are you
Duncan
making it?
Hines.
Oh, okay, they
Yep.
just have a.
They don't have any
It-
eggs.
it
or,
already
I guess
is. No.
cream,
It
milk.
already is vegan. No,
Huh?
no,
Wow.
this is not healthy. Like this is
Man, I'm gonna
this is
just.
not
I'm gonna
the-
become
the
a vegan
health
and eat
choice.
these all day.
Uh-huh.
Right. This is an occasional thing. Right.
Oh man, that's so good.
Mhm.
Isaac, Core Life.
Mhm.
You
Oh,
read a Core Life?
Yes, I have them down too. Yep. Gosains too. I mean, Olive Garden, their breadsticks are vegan.
Hmm.
I mean, just which sounds crazy, but it's
They're
true.
aren't they covered in butter?
It's olive oil.
It's oil.
no eggs.
Yeah.
No eggs in there.
No.
No, I guess for bread you would put it. Yeah. Core Life is so good too.
Oh, Sweet Melissa too. I was going to mention her. She
Our
has,
girl!
yep, she has
Melissa's
vegan
awesome.
options now too.
She's been on our podcast like 4 times. She's
Oh, yeah.
she's amazing. She
All
always brings,
these-
she always brings the salads.
All these places that we're saying vegan options, I like double, triple up on protein
Like Core Life triple protein with an egg.
with 2 eggs.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
That's I do the same thing. It's terrible.
just protein vomit. But
Well, this is good. So somebody that do you have people who reach out to you then all the time? Or
Yeah, occasionally. You know,
Okay.
I mean, we're just growing, so
Yeah.
we're just getting up and started. You know, like I was saying, to start in COVID was kind of different, but we so we started making some partnerships in the Valley, and one of our partnerships is the Healthy Community Partnerships that's in Mahoning Valley, and they
Okay.
have let's see, there's Action of Mahoning Valley.
I know Action, yes.
Yes, the Youngstown Neighborhood Development Corp.
Yep.
You know, they just did the Glenwood Fresh Market.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that just opened, and I guess they've already signed up 2,000 families and individuals.
Wow.
So they can walk in there and get free produce now.
Wow.
So yeah,
And that needs to happen downtown. We've talked
Mhm.
about that
Yeah.
with some of our where there's no market, there's no markets.
right,
There's not even a grocery store.
Right,
Which
it's
is
a food
crazy.
desert.
Yeah, it's
Right.
crazy.
right, yeah. So that has changed a lot of things, and now there's a mobile market as well. So that's not free, but you can also use your SNAP benefits with that
Yeah.
too. But they'll travel around to certain locations.
A
and,
mobile market.
yeah,
I
mhm,
think I saw that on Facebook.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's great. See, this is the kind of stuff. This is great. Well, good for
Mhm.
you. Get
Yeah.
out there and do it. There's a little bit of meat left in here. Or not meat. No. What
It's
would
okay
I
that
call
you-
it?
It's
so, what would
okay.
you call it? Would you call it like?
I mean, usually just vegan meat, you know, or
Mhm.
it's just the vegan variety. You know, I don't get specific.
You don't say meat.
Yeah, I mean, sure, yeah, just the
Okay.
vegan.
Vegan meat.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really this is really good. I want
so,
more tacos.
do you see Would you ever eat? Like they have the ability to basically make the exact same thing as a steak, but in a
Yeah.
lab. Would you eat it?
Because
it's technically still like that.
It's gonna look like a steak, act like a steak.
It's the same chemical and like cell makeup, but an animal was not killed. Would you eat that?
Frankenstein stuff?
I maybe I would try it, but Susie's too, they have vegan options too. And I will say, when they first came into Boardman and everything, and I think that was actually when I went there was one of the first times I ever had a burger, like a vegan burger.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me to actually
because it was kind of in your brain.
It tasted just like meat. It had the texture of meat. It was
like Impossible stuff. It's crazy how much it tastes.
Yes, it's impossible to tell the difference. And so I don't know if something that was in a lab, I even try to stay away from, I don't know if anybody, reads a lot of ingredients and stuff like that. But if you look on some of like Uncle Ben's rice and things like that, it's genetically bioengineered ingredients.
All of that stuff is.
Well, they're even saying
so it's actually the same. That's what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Genetically modified ingredients.
Yes. And even some of that, like Impossible burgers and all those things that taste just like a hamburger.
Yeah.
Like some of the processing of making that is so like it's bad. It's still bad for you. Like don't let it fool you. Like you're still eating a garbage hamburger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that's where the conversation comes into play. Is it a kinder option?
Yes,
is it definitely a more compassionate option?
Absolutely.
So it sometimes, you're going vegan for nutrition, and sometimes you're going vegan just for maybe the more compassionate choice.
Absolutely. Interesting. Something to think about.
I'm sorry. I don't want to act like a big jerk. But see, this is where it always goes with this kind of, whenever I have conversation.
Yeah.
I love fishing.
Yeah.
I like eating fish.
Yeah.
I fillet the fish on my deck.
Yeah.
Like, and
after you smash it over the head with a screwdriver.
I don't do that.
How do you kill it then?
Just throw it in a bucket.
You let it die in there? You don't put it out of its misery?
Anyways, the thing is though, it's like I look at that as nourishment. You know what I mean? My kids eat the fish. My kids eat the deer. I'm not
circle of life.
Circle of life, and that's the way I look at that. Yeah. Is that, you know what I mean? And
okay, but at a time like this, when it's easier than ever to go vegan, isn't it really just a choice then? So a lot of people I hear make that argument. Well, I gotta eat my protein, and I gotta, and it's meat, and the animals are here for us to eat them, and that type of an argument. And I can see that if you're talking about hundreds of years ago or something like that, and those were your only options, and you didn't have, the grocery store like we have now, or you didn't have all these options available. So right now, really you are making a choice. So you're making a choice to kill a living thing and eat it.
But those animals that are in the grocery store were killed too.
Exactly. That's why I don't choose to eat them.
Yeah.
What about the people that say, okay, we're done with meat. We're gonna totally go plant-based everything.
Yeah.
The amount of wildlife you would have to kill, which I think it's impossible, to plant all the stuff to provide for humanity. You would wipe out.
This is always a good one.
Knock down trees and plant and think of all the raccoons and deer and everything you would have to murder.
Before you answer this, we've never talked about this before, and she's been dealing with this for 25 years, so she knows exactly where we're going and how to respond to all these.
One of the best podcasts I've ever listened to. It was on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan literally didn't talk the whole time. It was a nutritionist that was like a bodybuilder guy that was like meathead like me going up against the vegan guy, and they were just battling. One of the best. It was the best podcast I've ever listened to.
All right, so go ahead. So your spot.
So just know. So a couple things you brought up. Like suddenly, if we stop eating animals, we're going to be just like overrun for
deer everywhere.
So they're going to obviously self-populate. So just even in my neighborhood, I feed the deer that come into my yard and things like that. And for instance, right now I can see that one of them is pregnant.
Yeah.
So I think that they self-regulate, right? There's only so many males, so many females.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be overrun by them if suddenly
It would be-
deer
No, there would
hunting
be
stopped.
so we would have to stop hunting. There would be an obviously, to make up for it, there would have to be an uptake in predators.
There were 67,000 deer taken this year in the state of Ohio.
Exactly.
If those weren't wiped out, hear me through. If those didn't get hunted, those ones are going to breed, and then you're going to have more and more and more.
It's gonna get ridiculous.
I don't agree with
But
that.
then it'd be easier for like
Right.
predators, like
What?
wolves and stuff.
There's no wolves in Ohio.
They would there has to be like we would have to do something in order to combat them. So if we're
Don't
not
worry, I
hunting
think
them,
they would take care of themselves. So if
They're gonna.
or they'd starve.
if
Yeah.
there wasn't enough food here, then they would go to somewhere that had enough food. It wouldn't be our responsibility. to
But
take care
we're
of it.
mowing down their land and putting up cornfields to make corn so we can eat it because we're all
They're going to
vegan.
eat all the corn.
No, we're tearing down trees to plant the corn.
We're
to,
tearing down
to
trees.
feed the cattle
But what about
that we're going to
nature?
kill.
But what about the tree?
You said you were a hippie. You lied.
And you want to chop down trees and put up cornfields?
She said.
You brought the trees.
She said she was a hippie. Now she wants
So
to
there's-
cut down
There's
trees.
that one, and yeah, and like the amount of animals you would be killing to plant all those crops.
You've
It's
heard
like-
this somewhere
What
before.
are you
absolutely.
talking about?
So in order to plant all those crops, like to clear the land, the amount of
If everybody on Earth went vegan,
the amount of wildlife and animals and like everything that you're killing to clear the land to
So
plant
just to
all
give
the
you an idea, okay,
Yeah.
just to give you an idea,
this is
the
really good
grains-
podcast, by the way. This
the
is
grains
fantastic.
and corn and stuff that all the monocrops like that
Yeah.
that are out there for
Yeah.
the corn syrup and the ethanol and things like that.
Mhm.
Humans are consuming less than 10% of that. So all that is grown is going to animals. So just say corn, for
Mhm.
instance, is going to animal feed
I would buy that.
or to ethanol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
it's only actually about 10%.
So we'd have to switch
So
all that stuff over.
if
to-
we would stop doing that and dedicate that land to growing sustainably, like meaning not creating deserts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not having monocrops out there, meaning you just have one crop out there. And then when
Mm.
that crop is harvested, that land sits there and dries out and literally loses life.
yeah,
And then you can't bring that life back. And we call it dead.
yeah.
Right. And if we would stop doing that and cultivate an actual crop that for human consumption, it would be completely different. I mean, it wouldn't be what you're talking about. We don't use
Yeah.
all that is used to feed the livestock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a good.
That
a-
actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I would want to see, have you ever read any studies like if that's logistically possible to do, like enough room to do that?
You're gonna have some people saying yes and some people saying
Yeah,
no, no matter
absolutely.
what.
Absolutely. And then what if okay.
Well, think about the land that the cattle are taking up as
Mhm.
well, too.
What if we get to the point where there are plants, and I think there are some plants that know they're being eaten.
The plants themselves.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
man.
consider that?
like killer plants?
No. They know they're being consumed. So they like have
What
feelings.
in God's
Listen,
name
listen,
are you
Hear
talking
me
about?
out. If
The
plants-
sound. I'm going to eat a carrot. No.
No.
Yeah.
So like you kill the plant, you chop the plant off to eat it. They know they're like dying.
Mhm.
Are you going to stop eating said plant because you're killing it? Because it knows it's dying, like any animal would. Are you going to stop eating it?
That's not a thing. It doesn't have a brain.
But,
This isn't Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, I mean,
Or something like
I
that.
think you're pushing it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
but like
Yeah.
if it knows.
So you're
something-
saying if a plant knew, would you?
I think scientifically there are some plants that know they're dying.
I would
be
like to see that
consumed.
article.
Let's see if we can find it.
That is not a thing.
No.
It's not a thing. It's a plant.
I'll tell you what, if you find that plant that is so scared that you're going to eat it, then you could keep it as a pet. Okay.
No, I don't see it.
Like a Venus flytrap, you don't think?
Like a Venus flytrap, like no.
Then you
Oh
keep
my
that plant
God.
for yourself.
Sorry, Isaac. That was too much. That was way too much, Isaac. Way too much. Wow, this has really gone somewhere.
Researchers, BusinessInsider.com. Researchers
Oh,
have found that
business.
plants know they are being eaten. That plants possess an intelligence is not new knowledge. But according to Modern Farmer, a new study from University of
Oh.
Missouri shows plants can sense when they are being eaten. and can send out defense mechanisms to try and stop it from happening.
Okay, well,
Well-
you could keep those plans. You can have them as pets.
Yeah, is
Okay,
it-
you
yeah.
keep those.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a weird question?
Um,
Went to a vegan wedding one time.
Yeah.
When you have a wedding
mhm.
or an event,
Yeah.
do you have regular food? No, sorry, not. Do you have
Regular.
non-vegan food?
Yeah.
Do you have a non-vegan
Thank
food
you
option?
for that
Let me
clarification.
clarify that.
So I have over the years.
Okay.
Yes. I would say more recently I've started to kind of I've asked, maybe family members or something,
Right,
can you bring the ham?
right,
Yeah.
right.
I would say a dozen years ago or even less than that, I was actually making a turkey and it was hard for
Yeah.
me, but that's something that vegans run into all the time
Right.
because we are social beings. We want to be a part of a group.
Right.
We want to fit in. We don't want to tell our family like I don't like you or something, or have it appear like we don't want to be a part of your group. You know what I mean? So we'll go along with it and we'll try to be understanding. And
Right.
I think that now it's gotten to a time where it is much easier and there's so many options that I think it's time just maybe for other people to be a little bit more understanding of what we eat. So to answer your question,
yeah.
I think it would be totally up to the person.
Yeah.
If you've got some people that just really can't, then you have two options. Sure, provide an option or tell them to eat before they come.
Yeah. There's a story behind this. I went to a wedding for one of my best friends who he was like a meat eater. He got married, fell in love with a vegan. Okay.
Uh-huh.
He converted
Yeah.
to be a vegan.
Mm-hmm.
We flew to Colorado Estes Park where The Shining was filmed. The Shining?
Yeah.
Wedding there.
Mm-hmm.
It was all vegan. The entire thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I got married 7 months later.
Yeah.
My mom comes up to me, and again, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
My mom comes up to us or to me, and she goes, "Hey," and Chad was in my wedding. I was in my wedding. "Hey, Chad's gonna be here. We should have a vegan option." I said, "Screw him, make him freaking bring peanut butter and jellies," because I had to fly out there and get there, and they had all vegan. So that was kind of my thing. So the other thing I noticed is, can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you adjust as you. Let's say I started vegan.
Dude, you're so loud in my headphones.
Sorry.
Chill.
Sorry. You can turn it down. See, I get too close.
Yeah, you do. You need to, keep your distance.
So I switched to a vegan tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like after that wedding.
Yeah.
I had some stomach issues. Like
Right.
I was the gassiest think I've ever
Yeah.
been in my entire life.
Yeah.
I hate to, what I mean? But it's true.
Sure.
Beans and they
Yeah.
had so you're gonna adjust eventually.
Yes, it'll take time. When you eat a piece of meat, it sits in your gut for a very long time because it has to rot
Love that feeling.
in your system.
I love that feeling.
The bacteria has to digest it.
Another like a good steak rotting in my belly.
So it'll probably take a little while for your system to acclimate,
Yeah.
but I would say start out slow.
Okay.
And there's tons of other things that you can add in, like probiotics and digestive
Because you're
enzymes
gonna
and things like
adjust.
that.
Like I said, man,
Yeah.
I to this day, it was like 15 years ago,
Yeah.
15 years. I still remember how gassy I was.
Your tastes are going to change too.
Yeah.
Everything will change, and you'll find out if you do. If anybody wants to go vegan, you're going to find that really what you like about the food is seasoning. 9 times out of 10, I'm just telling you, the wings, you're going to be like, how am I going to live without my wings? Well, if you have that barbecue sauce on something else, you satisfy the craving. You're not really doing without.
Yeah.
It's just you're not going without.
It's probably the sugar you're addicted to, anyways. Over
Yeah.
there.
I had the cauliflower wings. You ever have those? Those are really
they're good.
Mhm.
Those are really
Yeah.
good.
Mission Taco has the cauliflower crack. They call
Yes,
cauliflower
them too.
crack
Yes.
tacos.
Really
Those
good.
are real
Yes.
good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
those are real good.
But back to weddings for Shelby and I,
Yeah.
when we had our wedding in
You had a vegan option?
we had salad. We made sure to try it, is salad. One of the dressings I think was, and then we had green beans, but we did not have a hardcore vegan option. But one of Shelby's cousins is, so we went up to her and we're like, hey, and we let her know beforehand. But at the wedding, she told us don't worry, guys, I ate before I came. I live for the day that I can go to a vegan wedding, and then
For
they're like, oh,
sake.
sorry, we didn't have any meat options. Don't worry, I had a delicious burger before I came. An absolutely bomb burger before I came.
But like, it's almost like you have to, if you're
You gotta
gonna
try. I mean, just out of respect, you gotta
Yeah.
try. You know.
Yeah, I think it's like,
Well, I would say a meat option is challenging. You know, if
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
that
are
is
if
true.
you are vegan
Yeah.
for the animals,
for the animal, it's the
then you
animal
really
reason,
don't
yeah.
want to have
Right.
dead animal
And-
on your wedding table.
And
you
my
know?
my friend's wife that he married to was strictly because of animals,
Yeah.
and she couldn't stand me because of it. But like, she took it personal because I fished and hunt. Like, it was like,
Really.
oh yeah, and I'm like,
That's
Chad.
brutal.
I'm like, my buddy Chad again.
Yeah,
I get it. She's really nice.
She tore up the dance floor at your wedding.
She did tear up the one dance, but I'm
that's
just saying,
vegan food.
yeah, exactly. But also all those carbs,
yeah,
lots
exactly.
of energy, not
Exactly.
200 grams of protein.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
she like she was like resentful because I'd go fishing, I go hunting, and it was like, lady, your husband before she met would go fishing and fishing all the time with me, and it was
Yeah.
just, I don't know, I you can do, everybody can do, you guys do your thing, everybody does their
Right.
own thing, and respect what everybody else does, and we're good.
Right,
Right.
right, exactly.
But you're killing living things, Luke. That's the problem.
She would have a problem if
There's nothing-
if she went into my garage where I have my deer heads. There would be a slight she thinks she has vertigo right now. She's like,
Like Ace Ventura, Pet
Yeah.
Detective. What a lovely home of death.
exactly.
Yeah, that would be challenging.
Yeah.
Oh, because
Yeah.
I if I would see them, I do see family. It
Yeah.
you
Do you have any people like family that fish or hunt or anything like that?
No.
No, see, nobody does.
Well, actually, I mean, extended family,
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
I mean, I fished as a kid. I loved
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I did that. I have friends who, they go out hunting and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Their husbands or something, and it's just like I said, it's a no judgment zone. That's
Yeah,
up to them. I
think
don't.
that's
I
fair.
don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. I will say that I don't like to
Nice.
think about all the animals dying or something. But
Right,
Um,
that's fair.
the deer have families. It's I have all the same deer coming to my house every day. There's mothers, there's babies, and so when I think about it, and I would encourage others to think about it, that you're literally killing a mother, a father, a baby,
But they're deer.
and they are there, and the deer would be sad. They have feelings. I mean, animals have
They
feelings.
wrecked the deer completely. So my uncle has like 50 acres. They
Mhm.
farm it.
Yeah.
These deer destroyed
Mhm.
the field,
Mhm.
and that was literally what started it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we could put up fences, but then I don't know.
Kill them all.
I don't have a problem with it. And again, it's not even like, oh, he's a murderer, he wants to kill. It's not. I like hunting. I almost like the hunt, and I like sitting in the woods, and I like that aspect of it.
And you're almost closer to nature.
That's the way I feel when I'm out there.
Well, you
and
could do some forest bathing instead of
I'm not,
living
Forest
right
I'm
bathing!
not gonna go out
Oh
and
my
God,
if somebody saw if
ever
somebody saw, wait, what
You
is
like
forest
that?
bathing? Can you tell me what this is?
you're it's like sunbathing, but you're in the forest,
Oh.
drinking in not the radiation, but the chlorophyll
Yes.
from the plants around you.
Could you imagine I'm gonna go out to Polar Woods and I'm just gonna
Yes.
oh
Yes,
wow.
Everybody this weekend you could find
Chlorophyll bathing.
Yeah.
You might want to I am gonna be naked and I gotta get all of it.
Well, that's what.
Now that deserves warning.
I
Yeah.
gotta get all of
What's
it.
it called when you take your shoes off and you walk in nature? What's it called? It's
Poison
called
ivy?
Something. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
With your
especially in the-
feet, you have to have bare
grounding.
grounding.
Yeah.
She does know all this hippie stuff.
Grounding. Yeah, you have to
Yes.
one with nature, like get your toes in the grass. And we used to do this when we were one with
Yeah.
nature, and it's like a big thing with like being connected to the earth is important for your system.
Because
Wow,
there's
this is-
energy in the earth, and it's very grounding to your system because you have a lot of positives and negative energy. If you want to know something else,
This is getting into that, like the crystals.
Yeah.
The crystals.
Yes.
oh, I'm certified in Reiki.
I did. But okay,
We should have her on here about
you're
Reiki.
certified in Reiki, but I can't eat too much protein because it's bad.
Wait, what's Reiki?
I don't know.
What does that have to do with
You don't
protein?
even know what Reiki is.
I don't know what that is.
What's Reiki?
So it's dealing with the energy system within your body. Yeah.
I know Tai Chi.
I know Tai Chi. So I go to like a massage guy,
Yeah.
and he's very into like the crystals
Yeah.
and like the sound and all this stuff.
Mhm.
And
Like the bowl where they.
yeah, he does the bowl.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, okay, this is the total load of crap. But they put the bowl on top of your back.
Yeah,
and
you can do that
you can
mindset, dude.
but no, it's not even the mindset. You feel it in your like.
Vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because everybody says, "Oh my gosh, you're crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. That's," and then they try it, and then they're like, "I don't know why, but I feel better."
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, you're talking
So,
to two,
I don't
you
know.
are talking to two people who have consistently ghost hunted over the last year too. By the way, I don't know if you.
Okay, no, I don't want to go there.
Oh no, so we believe in Reiki.
We believe in rocks, but we're not allowed to believe in ghosts.
Oh, you can. I just don't want to go there, like to the house. Or
we've done-
whatever.
Oh, you don't. So you don't want to go ghost hunting. You don't want to mess with that.
No.
We went to where the what's it called? Shawshank Redemption, the big giant
The state
Mansfield
reformatory
State
prison?
Do you ever see pictures of that place?
Yeah.
We were in there ghost hunting until 3 p.m.
3
with
a.m.
like 3 a.m.
8 p.m. to 3 a.m. by yourself.
live streaming.
By yourself?
There were like there were like 8 of us.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but we had like
but
night
this is a
vision.
huge building, so like
The most terrifying place. We've had some. He said he's like some. We did the Poland Fire Department.
Yeah.
He swears
somebody
he thought he
died
saw
in
somebody.
somebody
He said
killed themselves in the basement, and it was like an old jail cell. And I remember walking out of this one room in the pitch black and like pushing myself.
He thought he
back,
saw
jumping
somebody.
back, and the guy behind me said, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" I was like, "I saw like something in the corner of the room. I don't know, and it's not there anymore. I swear I saw something."
I was
Weird.
in a haunted school building. Camera goes dead, but everybody was up in the hallway. So I was walking down a hall by myself. We were doing like this dare. You walk down this long, creepy
Yeah.
school hallway. Can't walk in. You can see that part of it because we have it recorded. You can see it. It goes dead. So I yell, and they're probably 200 feet away. I'm like, guys, my camera went dead. I turn around, 10 feet behind. I get chills still. 10 feet behind me, boom, locker slams. 300-pound man running down a pitch black dark hallway, like this screaming and yelling, and they're like, "What happened?" They all heard the locker slam. Like it's like, whoa. But people think we're crazy when we talk. But people are like,
there's something I think like I can just explain away as my own head. Like it could have just been me messing with myself.
all of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's still fun. It's fun.
Voices.
Yeah.
We've heard voices. I mean, it's weird.
I mean, I'll watch a scary movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to.
We should bring the.
Yeah,
we should
mess with it. Yeah,
we should bring the.
Shelby, my wife's the same way.
Yeah.
Like you guys are crazy. You're gonna bring something home. Like I already sleepwalk as
latch
is.
on to you.
Yeah, I already
Yeah.
sleepwalk, and
Oh.
she's worried.
My
like,
wife doesn't believe in it and says we're insane.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the route she goes.
What about like a plant-based lifestyle altogether? Do you own any leather?
Yeah,
No,
do you wear? Yeah, do you wear leather?
No,
Do you have purses, leather purses, or anything?
I do.
Made of cow, I think.
I do have. I have one at home that somebody gifted to me,
Oh,
and so that's always hard.
That poor cow.
Sometimes I just hold on to things long enough to constitute like having it in my house long enough, and then I donate it or something.
That's fair.
But,
That's
yeah.
a fair thing.
But no, mostly everything I buy is vegan.
That's
Yeah,
it.
There's
I was
so many
so-
options.
I
now,
knew this-
so
I-
many
what's the difference
options.
between plant-based and vegan? Then isn't it kind of?
So it's the same to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's
Plant-based is a marketing term that companies created so that they
Yes.
can get.
There's
the
a lot of
meat
marketing
eaters to go.
stuff.
Yes.
There's a
a
lot,
lot of money to be
lot of money
made,
all
and
that.
that's why they
Well,
don't let it
yes.
fool you. That's why they started labeling everything. That's why
Oh.
they
Yes.
started
Yeah.
money.
Yes.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
so many documentaries on the vegan stuff,
Mhm.
on the meat stuff,
Yes.
on the processed food, all that
Right.
stuff. With
Mhm.
it all goes back to money. You know, it's all
Right,
marketing.
exactly.
It's all money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
They
is
saw
so
they saw
cool.
the market for it, so they just leaned in.
Oh, 100%.
Well, I mean, if you
100%.
want to get into money, I mean,
Yeah.
you want to talk about why McDonald's is cheaper than Ailey's, something
Mhm,
like that,
Yeah.
is because of the subsidies that they get from the government.
Yeah, which is
so.
crazy.
Yes, it's all siphoned through. They get so much money to produce this, and then it's
Yeah.
so the
Wow.
customer doesn't have to pay as much money for the meat that they're
Well, it's the
processing.
meat and it's the unhealthy food, and then you get into why America's overweight. It's because of the food, and it all goes back to the money, and
Right.
the unhealthy stuff is cheaper than the healthier stuff. I mean, there's so
Well,
much
think
to
about
talk
like
about.
think about like not too long ago, like when I grew up in school, like the food pyramid, like
Mhm.
completely wrong in
Yeah.
terms of like how it was structured, and they've changed
Yeah.
stuff now, and it's like how like I feel like that was so affected by money too, like the breakdown.
Well, look at who created it.
It always,
Yeah,
Yeah, and
It-
look at who
yeah,
heads the food and
Yeah.
the dairy.
yeah, dairy
FDA.
and like
They came
grain
from 9 times out of 10, it's somebody from Purdue.
yep.
It's these people are so wrapped up in it. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't get away from
Have
it.
I'll
you
agree
watched the
with you on that
document
one.
on? There's a document on the food pyramid.
yeah.
And did
Mhm.
you watch
How
it?
it's all out of whack
And how
Yeah.
how it's out of whack, but how it was set up
Mhm.
Yeah.
by the government and by the lobbyists. I'm like, are you freaking kidding? This is
Yeah.
in the 50s.
It's way too deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
do you want to know where the fertilizers and all came from? It was from war. Chemicals that were left over from the war.
Doesn't
They
surprise
were
me.
repurposed as herbicides or
Wow.
pesticides or fertilizer, things like that.
That's
That's how the
money.
genetically modified ingredients started
Yeah.
to come around.
It's
and-
all money.
Well, my boy Joe Rogan, he always talks about William Randolph Hearst inventing the I forget what it's called. So they got rid of hemp
Uh-huh.
because it was they got rid of marijuana. They made it like the
Hemp.
worst drug
Right.
because hemp products
Uh-huh.
were going to overrun paper.
Yeah.
So the inventor of the
Paper.
guy who had a bunch of corn, who had a bunch of like fields that were going to be used to make paper,
Yeah.
went to the government and said, "Hey, look at marijuana. It's bad. It's like a drug from Mexico."
Really?
Because he was so threatened by hemp products
Yeah.
that he was like, "I'm going to lose all this money on my investment. We need to do something." So then he spearheaded getting rid of
I believe
marijuana
that.
and pressing that like marijuana is the worst drug. Marijuana like marijuana was
gateway
a
drug.
name. Marijuana was like a name for like a Mexican like street drug that
Really?
wasn't even what it was.
Well, think about this. Okay, you remember back when fat was bad,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Right.
and they took it out of everything and they added a bunch of sugar and
80s.
like when Snack Wells was around
Yeah.
and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
That was
80s,
like that was sugar money,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
80s,
Yes.
80s and 90s.
So
Yeah.
people stopped drinking whole milk, right? People
Mhm.
switched to skim milk
Mhm.
because there was less
Yeah,
fat in it.
Right.
So the dairy industry got very upset because what are you doing? You're ruining our profits. What are we
Yep.
going to do with all this milk?
Mhm.
So they took all that fat and they made it into cheese and then they marketed it to everyone.
The
Pizza
right.
Hut then created the
No
cheese
shit.
stuffed crust. Everything was
Wow.
double
Yeah.
cheese.
I
that
believe.
was
Yeah, that all
all-
makes sense.
They don't have
so
your
good,
health
though.
in mind.
That stuffed crust is so good.
There's no health
really is
in
good.
mind. Yeah.
Oh, they don't
Yeah.
care.
No,
they
they
don't
don't
care.
care.
They don't
It's
care.
all
It's
about
about money.
money. Yeah.
You hate to say this, and we're going to get everything. Everything is about money when it
Yeah.
comes to businesses.
Yeah.
That's it. When you come to the big brands, the big things,
Right.
it's money.
Yeah,
It's money based.
absolutely.
It's the government.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
government is money based.
Don't even let
Right.
the other thing too is like this could so even the companies when they like have their monthly month of whatever it may be, and then they can change their marketing over to other
What month of what?
whether it be whatever month you want to call it, like
Cancer awareness month.
cancer, not even in a way, yeah, there's still money attached to that. Black History Month, whatever you want it to be, they can change their marketing symbols over to this new beautiful thing and say, "Look what we're doing,"
Yeah.
just so they can attract. It reeks, man. It's all.
It's like Valentine's Day. It's a Hallmark holiday for money.
all
So
of it,
we as
man.
consumers, the only thing that we can do is make better choices.
Yeah.
And then they're in turn, their products stop selling. They stop
Mhm.
creating those products
Yep.
and they create healthier,
Exactly.
better versions. Yeah.
We're getting to the end here. What are some
Alright.
other points you want to make?
Well, what's your Facebook group?
Yeah.
So Going Vegan Nonprofit. That's on Instagram and Facebook.
Isn't it going green?
Going Vegan.
Going vegan. Why did I
Yeah.
say going green?
don't know.
Going. Yeah, it is.
Going Vegan Nonprofit.
She was messaging me. We were messaging back and forth this morning. I was like, I don't have enough coffee yet.
Yeah.
So going vegan. It's on Facebook,
Yep.
Instagram. Yeah, check out the website. I went on to the Facebook group. Dude, she's like dropping info like constant.
Yeah.
Do you just do that every day and every morning? And just
No, it's been over time.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was impressive. So I mean, there's a lot of information. yeah, I don't know. Good luck as
Thank
you
you.
go here. This
Yeah.
has been fun. I knew this was going to be fun because
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
And if
it.
anybody needs any help or anybody wants to sign up for anything, just head to the website and then you can shoot me an email and we
Awesome.
can start a conversation.
and share on our Everything Poland page. Share on our
Yeah.
pages. Feel free.
Yeah,
to
if we
share.
ever have any questions about being vegan or anything like that, she's going to be our point of contact.
Yes. Yes.
Whatever we hit, like a vegan correspondent. Like,
Yeah,
like
vegan
Yeah.
correspondent.
if you go to Ailey's, I'll come with you.
We should bring her.
Let's do it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I
we'll
can
bring
tell
it.
you what to buy.
Yeah, we'll bring in aliens with us. We will. MLO Bros, vegan correspondent. That's amazing.
Really good. They have like chicken nuggets that are like
Oh, those are the best. Yeah.
Really?
they're like
Are we-
Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Uh-huh.
Do you know them in there?
Yeah. No, not personally.
Okay, I was
no.
Spring
I
rolls?
did, but like
Okay,
I said, they
new
did
owners.
switch.
We're not
yes.
talking about that.
Crazy. Spring rolls were really
Mhm.
good.
What the-
Shelby
dude,
always gets
we
those.
need to go. We need to do our podcast
Faux and
today.
fa.
Technically, yeah. Pho, technically.
Well, no, you haven't had the fa in
Faux
in-
LV
in
or Faux LV.
Fa LV,
Yeah.
you know, so good. Well, she could go in there. No, it's a chicken broth. Huh?
I don't know if it's chicken broth or not. I know she adds
Well,
different.
the meatballs and stuff and the steak, but she adds that to the soup. I don't know if the actual soup.
I don't know if it's separate and then she adds it or not.
God, I wouldn't ask her because
I would not ask her.
It's
It's like the,
what's her
family
name?
tradition of
She
making
would
this
be
spa.
so
Might
annoyed.
slap someone across the face if they walk in there and say, "Hey, what's in that?"
She just looks like she'd be so mean.
No, she is a sweetheart.
I know.
What's her name? I forget.
Mary, Sarah,
No.
Nancy.
Nancy. She's a sweetheart. Fa LV, we love you. They're the best. But thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks
it.
for
It's
having
been
me.
fun.
Commercial.
The MLO BROS stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. If you need a home loan or refinance, give us a call. We will take care of you. NMLS number 1949316. So we don't get sued. Luke, what's your NMLS?
562508.
Thank you, everybody.
I'm gonna go get a hamburger.
We'll
Oh, goodness.
see you.
A
We'll see you
vegan one.
next time.
I'm gonna go get
vegan.
I'm gonna go
Thank you
get
so
a
much.
vegan burger. Rudy, I'm coming, buddy. Make me a burger.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.